Okay, sure. So I'll start the session. First of all, thank you all for joining in today, and you can let us know where you all are joining us from. And so, beginning the session, I want to thank the sponsors of Pakistan Dreamin who made everything possible, especially the organizing team, including Hamza, Kurat, and all the exceptional volunteers that we have. Now, about my session, so I'll be talking about revolutionizing customer support with generative AI in Service Cloud. So we'll see how that goes. And if you're not keeping tabs with like what all has been going on in Service Cloud domain, this will be a good session for you. And about me, I am a Salesforce developer and consultant. I'm working at Neuraflash, and I try to be active in the community as much as possible. I'm an all-star ranger, and I now lead the Salesforce Architect, Slack Daily, and Kapato Daily user groups. And yeah, so these are my social handles of LinkedIn and Twitter. So if you want to reach out to me, please feel free to do so. And here's my QR code that has all my social links. And I'm mostly active on LinkedIn. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. So beginning the session now. So, just wanted to point out that we are seeing a lot of updates and news related to generative AI now, but this is nothing, absolutely new for Salesforce because Salesforce has been known for its AI capabilities since long, and it all started out with the inclusion of AI research in Salesforce, and that lead to the like making and building out different products. Like we have bots, we have Einstein, we have prediction builder, we have conversation insights, and now we have like different GPT versions of all the clouds that we know. And we are seeing like how Einstein is integrating into different clouds and even different platforms like Slack, Tableau, and MuleSoft, and how everything is coming together. So going ahead, and that is a staggering number we have on a screen, that 1 trillion plus predictions are generated in a week. And Salesforce is also so they have also uh, pioneered like a lot of technical advancements specifically into the CRM domain. So they have 210 AI patents and 227 research papers as well, specifically into AI. So just wanted to point out that uh, like so there is a predictive kind of AI and a generative kind of AI. So prediction is something, as the name suggests, that we have the prior data and we want to gain uh, insights about the future outcomes. So it depends all on the existing data and how good the data we have with ourselves. So it will directly tie to how good the predictions are going to be. And generative AI is nothing but creating outputs based on the prompts that we give, and these outputs can be in the form of images or text or even videos or multiple forms of media that we know of. And not only Salesforce, various companies are innovating in this domain. So we are living in exciting times, and we'll see more such technologies developing further. But our focus is on service side now, customer support. So go that we'll go into that shortly. So this is a very important slide. So it gives us a good overview of all the features that we have currently uh, in the space of Service Cloud for customer service. So let's go about these one by one. So we have three categories of automate, assist, and optimize. So for the automation part, we have bots, Einstein bots, or we have bots for different clouds as well. So bots, so they help uh, to automate the customer interaction. So so we are all interacting with bots with like whenever we want to raise a case with most of the companies, our first line of contact has become bots now, and they help us to solve our problems quickly based upon the existing information they have with them. And if the problem is not solved by them, then there is an option to reach out to the human point of contact as well. So it eliminates the need of having to speak to an agent initially, and it uh, greatly reduces the time that the company spends and that we have to spend as well for solving the case. And then secondly, we have recommendation builder. So recommendation builder helps us to deploy real time and personalized recommendations. So based upon the data that we have in our Salesforce orgs, the recommendation builder can work upon that data and generate recommendations, or they can also generate recommendations for the customers to like based upon their order history or how they interact with support. So based upon that, they can recommend them the knowledge articles that can help to solve their issues in a short time. And then we have case classification. So we can embed this into flow, which can help us to generate AI powered recommendations. So like manual classification of case like we used to do earlier, but with this feature it helps us to automatically classify the cases by embedding them into the flow. And next we have article recommendations. So one thing I want to point out is also how Salesforce has really bulked up the capabilities of flow. So even if you are not a core developer, or if you are not that much into programming side and you are a business analyst or an admin or a project manager, you can still work with flow and get a lot of work done by using these really powerful features that were not available in flows earlier. So yeah, flow is a really great thing to learn, and it is helping us to uh, bridge the gap and taking us on this no code or low code approach. So article recommendation is also like something that we have discussed for case classification. So based upon the search history or the data available within the org, like so Salesforce can recommend what knowledge articles will be best suited for the customers. And also now we'll see how like from these articles the bots can themselves take the information and directly send them to the customer. Right, so we'll see about these features as well, and I'll show you a brief demo too. And for the assist part, as we have talked before, we have case classification, we have case routing, like omni-channel routing. If you have used that, helps to distribute the cases according to the capacity of the agent or the skill of the agent. And now with the new capabilities, uh, like we can also include like so AI can also be included in these things to define like who is the agent that will be best suited to handle this case. And we have route rules that can help us to deliver the cases from any channel to the right queue. Then we have case wrap up. So it also, as the name suggests, so it also uses machine learning to suggest what all field values can be closed based upon like when the case and the transcript is closed. And we have article recommendations as we have talked about before, and then we have reply recommendations as well. So it uses like predefined replies that we have, and it can recommend the right phrase according to the ongoing conversation. And going forward, we have the optimize vertical. So here we have NBA, the next best action. So here it generates personalized recommendation based upon the data we have in our orgs, or based upon the uh, external data as well. And we have service analytics that helps us to track the various metrics for our customer service center, like it can be like how, like what is the average case handling time, what is the customer satisfaction that has been taken through forms or any other thing. Or it also can help us to track like what all agents are solving the most cases, what time they are taking, and discover the insights that actually matter for your company. And we have something called conversation mining. So it is still in beta, but it helps to save us the time. Like suppose there is a long case going on and we have a lot of email back and forth and a lot of conversations. So it gets a bit difficult to, identify like what are the key points and how much has been solved and what are the next steps or what are the pending actions on our end. So by conversation mining, we can get a gist of the conversation, and we can also get the most common issues that the case has been dealing with, and we'll not have to spend that much time into studying or going through the entire case conversations. Moving on. And this journey to Service Cloud Einstein is not new. It has been in well, so it has been building since some time. So just to give an example, like how can a customer or how can an organization start using predictive AI today? So yeah, and also, so Einstein's NBA that we have next best action does not have any data requirements. So just to go through certain use cases, so like suppose your customer has more than three knowledge articles, then they can turn on the Einstein article recommendations as we have talked in the earlier slide. And once the customer is a bit mature and they have more than 400 closed cases in the last 6 months, then they can also use the Einstein case classification that can help them to classify and give the correct agents the cases. Then we have Einstein case wrap up that helps us to close the common fields and the transcript once the case is closed, and Einstein case routing for intelligent case routing based upon various parameters to the agents. And once the customer has set up a chat or messaging channel, we can deploy an Einstein bot that can help to take the customer queries and act as an initial point of contact. And once the customer has more than 1,000 chat transcripts from a chat or a messaging channel, we can turn on Einstein reply recommendations that can help the agent to give out replies without spending much time into what to reply. And please feel free to drop your questions in the chat if you have any. And going forward, so the two features that I'm most excited about, and then I'll show a demo about, are the service replies and work summaries. So we'll see more about that. And through Service GPT, or like through including Einstein into Service Cloud, we can personalize every interaction with the CRM data that we have in our org. And don't worry, like none of the data is stored uh, like by Salesforce, and it's not being shared with any third party organization, as well as Salesforce had shared their data privacy guidelines and ethical AI principles, so we don't have to worry about that. And it greatly helps to improve the productivity of the customer service agents, and the cases also get resolved faster. and the customers are happy too because they are like solving their cases in a very short time, and it helps to drive the overall efficiencies too. So, like how we are reducing the initial manual work through AI, then the company or the organization is automatically going to benefit a lot through that. So, as I told, service replies and work summaries we'll talk about later. We'll also uh, talk about knowledge articles, search answers, and mobile work briefings. And as the data suggests, like there has been a 30% case resolution increase like since AI has come into picture in Service Cloud, and that is a huge number in that domain. So I want to tell you about service replies first. So when an agent begins a customer chat, so Einstein analyzes the chat as it unfolds, and also it also creates or generates reply based on the context. So agents then can then post the replies to customers with just one click, and they can also optimize or polish the replies before posting them to the customer. So service reply gate, so it greatly helps to improve the agent productivity, as they don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about what the customer has asked about, and don't have to spend a lot of time by going through like knowledge based articles or other online information. They can take help of Einstein service replies, and Einstein can only analyze the chat, and it can create replies as the conversations unfold, and we can choose or we can optimize these replies. So that is a great feature to try out. Second important feature is work summaries. So we'll talk about what it is. So after the conversation has ended between an agent and a customer, so Einstein predicts and fills the issue, the resolution, and the summary. So the agent won't have to, manually generate a report about what happened, what was the issue, how was the resolution provided, how much time it took. So they don't have to worry about all these things. So, but agents will also have the capability to review, edit, and save the summaries. So it's not like, so whatever is being recommended by AI, so they don't have to blindly accept that. They can customize that as well based upon their recommendations, or like whatever they feel is right. But yeah, so it is also a great tool to help solve the issue of the agent spending a lot of time on the cases. So it will greatly help to reduce that particular metric going forward. So we all know, like, we have knowledge articles, but with the recent capabilities that Salesforce has generated, so it can also summarize the support interactions that helps to save the agent's time. And we can also create a knowledge article based upon whatever is discussed on the case, so that the other agents or the other employees in the organization are also aware. Like when a similar case comes to them, they'll know better how to solve that case. uh, So I'm seeing we are almost at time, so I'll be running through a couple of things, then I'll show you a brief demo, and then we can wrap up the session. I hope that is good. Yeah. And then we have search answers that I had mentioned before. So like in this, so the agents can so they don't have to search for all the answers by themselves. So, and one more thing that helps in this particular tool is that, and also helps Salesforce, is because Salesforce is working in CRM domain, and CRM data is the most important data that we have for the customer. So that will help to ensure the best replies, or the best search queries, or the best case resolution based upon the earlier history that the customer has had with the company. So it can generate the answers to whatever the agent is asking or a customer is asking, and it can also, so it also takes care of the previous data of the customer, and it can show the answers on the search page. So it helps to reduce the time to go through the new articles or new information to to search for the old answers. So this tool helps us to solve this issue, and it is a great tool for customers and for agents both. And for field service GPT, so I'll just briefly touch upon that. So we have mobile work briefings, like we had like case briefings for Service Cloud. We have mobile work briefings for field service, where the field service agents can also get a summarized view of the information that can help them to save time when they are on the go. And we have knowledge search that serves to answer fast from relevant knowledge articles to whatever questions that the data worker or the field service agent has. And then we have post work summarization, similar to what we saw in Service Cloud, that once the case has been closed, or once the work order has been closed, the Einstein can automatically summarize like the service appointments and what all went into that, uh, just in a click. So just talking about the licensing part. So for Einstein GPT for service, you need to have Service Cloud Einstein as well as Service Cloud or Industry Service Unlimited Edition to make all of these features work for you. So briefly, I'll touch upon these topics as well. Moderators, you can let me know if it is fine. So when a customer starts using multiple messaging channels to interact with their clients, or when a company does it for their customers, so then they can start using these multiple messaging channels that Salesforce provides and features for Service GPT. So first is the messaging for in-app and web, and also the live agent chat. And second is the integration and the conversation with WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. Like those have been proven as really popular tools, uh, like where the conversation goes on and where the customer wants to be updated. So we have talked about this briefly, that the customers need to be on the unlimited edition of Service Cloud, and they need to have the Service Cloud Einstein SKU, and then the customers can, like who have multiple messaging channels, can take help of this feature, and then they can assign permission sets to control the permissions and the security. Okay, we have talked about Einstein bots, so I'm not going into that again, but it helps to solve the cases quickly, and helps to reduce the case resolution time by an individual agent as well. So with Service Cloud and with the new AI capabilities, we can help. So it helps to triage cases effectively, and it also leads to a reduce in the amount of money we are spending on our uh, uh, wo- customer service vertical as a whole. And we can route work more intelligently. We already had omni-channel, but now we have routing rules as well, and it ultimately helps to accelerate the time to value, where the point and click setup is also something that the customers can use as a template, and they don't have to build everything custom. Moving on, we can close cases more quickly, as we have seen, and we can also generate a case closure report automatically, so the agent is free from doing that, and they can also optimize it. And that helps to increase the agent efficiency. And we can also easily set up and deploy AI in the form of bots or uh, models that we want. in our organization. And with the help of search answers tool, we can help to decrease the time that an agent or even a customer spends on searching for answers. And it also helps to generate knowledge article based upon the case, and also it also recommends what knowledge article will be best suited for a particular case. And recommendations, the next best action tool is really helpful for that, and the recommendations can also be tied to automation. So like if and we can keep a human in the loop approach also, so they can check like what all is recommended and sending out to the customer is right and what they want it to be. Okay, so I want to show a quick demo too based upon the features that we have talked now. So I'll just quickly unshare my screen and share again. Okay, it's not giving me an option to play this. Okay, so I'll just share my screen, and I don't think the audio would come, but let's try. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now, and I'll play a brief demo for you. So we'll see some of these features in action in Service Cloud now. So an agent is writing an email to a case, and then they receive another case as well, and see how the conversation is ongoing through Einstein bot. So this is the reply recommendation that we have talked about earlier. So it is generating customized replies for the customer. See how quickly the agent can just paste the reply onto the Einstein bot chat and also customize it according to what they think is right. So agents are not required to, like think and generate the replies on their own. Now they can take help or reply recommendations. And once the case has been closed, the chat session has been ended, it can also help to create the case summary that we had talked about earlier, and that can be translated into a knowledge article as well. So these were some of the features that we had talked about in this session, and I hope the demo was able to show what I was talking about into perspective. And please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we are good to wrap up this session. And if you have any more questions after this session, please feel free to reach out to me on the social channels as well. Moderators, we are good to end the session now, I think. Should I just end it, or is there any other thing that you want to do? Please let me know. Mm, I'm not getting an option to end the session. Should I just stop sharing my screen? Oh, I saw a question from Paul. Paul, can it support classic knowledge articles? So classic knowledge articles can be supported by taking the existing data and by creating this the search answer results for the customer and for the agent. So it can act as uh, the data that we already have. So in that way, it can support. If that was the question. Okay, so I'll just stop sharing my audio and video now, and thank you for attending the session.